Hi guys. So my name is Aisha and I am the owner of BAE Financial Solutions. And I am super excited tonight because I bring to you guys Kenny Matthews, aka Ken Dog, BKA Mr. Dougie himself. Um, Ken is like super positive, very inspiring. I have been following him for almost 10 years now, and he is here tonight to just tell us about a little about his story and how he's able to be so confident and uplift others. Hi, Ken.
Hello, hello.
So, Ken, I was just telling them about how positive you are and how you're here tonight to give us some inspiration.
Right.
Basically, tell the world how, although you have these beautiful scars, that you're very confident and you love everything about yourself.
Right.
So tell them a little about you.
Okay, well, as many people don't know, my name is Kenny. People call me Ken or Ken Dolls, I'm from Sacramento, California, currently living in LA, and I'm just a public figure to a lot of people and inspiration and stuff like that.
Yes.
Um, I try to be the best version I can be every day, and I still keep it pushing. So,
So
yeah.
can you went viral about how many years ago?
Like about when the Dougie was hot.
Yes, like you went viral before the whole thing was like even, a thing. And that's
Right,
how I saw you because my cousin was like in love with you.
right,
And yeah, so we just look at your videos and just laugh and just have a
right,
good time.
right.
So basically before we get into you and how confident you are and how much you love to dance, I just want to give the audience a little background story about you.
Okay.
And basically how hey basically just about you was 3 years old when this happened to you, and what 85 to 90% of your body was burned.
Yeah, yes. Um, my accident occurred when I was just 3 years old. Um, I was staying with my mom and my grandfather at the time, and I think,
Mm-hmm.
and I think at the time, my grandfather and my grandmother, they was going through like a separation. I believe. I think. And so my
Mm-hmm.
mom, my mom was more like of a daddy's girl, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, um, I know my mom. She was more like in the streets at the time,
Okay.
you know. And so one time she left to go somewhere, and she just left me and my grandfather in the apartment by ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So me being like a typical 3-year-old, I was just playing with my toys and watching TV. But my grandfather in the back of me, he was sleeping on the couch. So all of a sudden, I just hear like this window burst out of nowhere, and then that's when I saw the flames come about. So I'm thinking somebody must have threw something at the window, or something on the side of the house blew up, or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
but I honestly don't know that answer to that. So,
Wow.
yeah, so the only way, well, of course, when it happened, like all I can do is just panic.
Right. You're only 3.
Right, right. So I didn't know how to unlock the door, try to get out. Maybe it was too hard for me to unlock the door or whatever, but thank goodness I had my grandfather there. So he, like, when he woke up coughing due like to the fog and the smoke coming inside the house or apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And but he had a solution. And that solution was like he picked me up under my arms and he carried me over the window.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, I got blazed up by the fire.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so the fire ripped all my shirt and pants, everything to shreds and everything, you know. And I think, yeah, he got out too, but that's when, like, right on time, the ambulance came about.
So
And
he did make it out the house.
yeah, he did, yes. But I think when we went to the hospital for recovery and stuff like that, I didn't know until like years later. And I think last year that my grandfather, he actually died in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I thought he passed away literally after saving my life, but he didn't.
Wow. So he's definitely a hero. He
Right.
he risked his life to make sure that he saved your life.
Right. And what's so crazy, I didn't know this till like, oh no, probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when I did like a radio interview. I got done with it, and my uncle, he said to me, he said, "Hey, did you know that after you had your accident, one of the nurses told me they was like, hey, your nephew's a strong person. He's gonna make it. Like he shouldn't even be alive." I'm like, really? They said, yeah. Like seriously.
Wow.
I'm like, dang, I didn't know that. So
God had a purpose for your life.
right, right, exactly.
Most people wouldn't have survived that. You were a baby. So
Right,
you're
right,
truly a
right.
blessing.
And I also heard most babies when they get burned, like at that age, they don't even have a chance of surviving. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, especially from third degree burns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
So, question. So, with this happening to you at so young, at the age of 3, that means you went through elementary, middle, and high school in your, situation. Were you bullied?
I've never been bullied before.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know that is amazing. Yes, like I've never been bullied before, and it's like I ask myself, like, why? But then again, but then again, it's like not everybody is bullied. You know,
Right, right.
it's just some people. But at the same time, it's like I don't know how to put it. Like I'm thinking, like I think you gotta have something going for yourself if you're being bullied. You know,
Hmm.
or you gotta have like all this confidence to be like, to be bullied by somebody else or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But then
But
again,
you are a very confident person.
right. But at that time, I was more like a shy person growing up,
Gotcha.
and I think it's because of like how people would look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how did you deal with that? How did you deal with the stares and the double takes and, people just looking at you weird or probably thinking that something is wrong with you? How do you deal with?
To be honest, it's I think I dealt with it like in a very mature way. At first, it didn't it. I don't know how to say it. Like it did bother me, but
Mm-hmm.
one of my peoples told me, "Hey, if somebody stares at you, just say hi and see what they'll do." You know?
Mm.
Yeah, because it is. I know it bothers you, but then again, like just be nice to
Right,
to people that are staring because they probably don't know or they just never seen a person like you before. You know?
right. So
Yeah.
for someone that doesn't know, let's say a younger kid is, in public and they're staring, as a parent, what is something that will like educate the child or, make the situation better that you think that, like, will I bring my child to introduce them to you or say, hey, this is what happened to him? What do you think will make the situation better?
That's a good question because I don't know if you saw this post I put up. I said to myself a couple weeks ago, if I had kids down the road,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would let them watch certain Disney movies
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like most Disney movies they kind of poison kids' heads to think that they got to marry their prince or their princess just because they look a certain way. You know?
Mm. Okay, you preaching.
And I don't know if you noticed, but like they always make the villain in certain Disney cartoons to be like overweight, hideous, old, or whatever. And that's why most kids fear people like that in real life. You know?
Never thought about it that way, but you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, and that's true if you think about it. Yeah. So it's more so I understand kids don't understand, but hey, they got to get to know you. They got to spend more time with you to like accept who you are. You know?
Right, right.
Yeah. But then again, want to know something? This is what I noticed growing up. I noticed most kids are more realer than most adults are.
That is very true. That
Yeah,
is very true.
like really. So, but yes. So,
So, do you ever feel nervous or on the edge whenever you meet someone new?
um,
Like meeting new people, how are you? Are you a social butterfly or do you shut down? Do you get nervous?
I mean, I guess. Let me see. I'll say I'm more of okay, an introvert, right?
Gotcha.
So I'll probably say hey, hi, or whatever, or what's up, and if they give me that same energy back, then we can like coexist, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So
So you basically go off their vibes. If they're cool,
right,
you cool, and
right,
then that's how it
exactly,
is. Okay,
exactly.
got it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So have you ever like, I'm sure we all kind of experience this, but like sometimes you just feel alone in this world. Like you feel like you're the only person that's, in your situation and you just feel isolated. Have you ever felt that way? And if so, how did you cope with it?
Yeah, I felt very isolated growing up, but I think it was due to my grandmother. Because my grandmother, she really didn't like me, like kicking it or chilling with other people, especially
Mm-hmm.
like from people outside or people I barely knew or whatever. Because I guess she knew how cold this world can be. You
Yes,
know?
very cold.
Yeah, very cold. Yes. So, but sometimes I used to like kind of get mad at her
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I wouldn't be like an introvert if I started to go out more often, you know, or to be around more people.
But grandma just wanted to shelter her baby because the world is
Right,
very cold.
right, right. But then again,
Yeah.
like they do say, most grandparents they love their grandchildren. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they love their grandchildren more than their mom love their kids.
That is true.
Yes, yes,
That is
but
very true.
yes.
So I definitely wanted to talk to you about your grandmother and how you are so confident in the way you are because your grandma sheltered you, but because she also, reminded you of who you are and that you're no different from any other because of your situation.
Um. Okay, wait. Can you ask that question one more time?
I said with your grandma, instilling in you about confidence, and that's why you're so outgoing. Confidence.
Uh
Yeah,
huh.
and that's why you're so outgoing because of your grandmother.
Right. I asked myself, where did I get this confidence from?
Uh-huh.
And I think it's because when you hang around certain people, you know, I guess that old saying is true, like birds of a feather flocks together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, like when you hang around people, it's kind of like building like a habit. You know how people say, "Oh, you act just like this person," or "You act just like that person," you know.
Uh-huh.
And but I think I had good friends in my circle that kind of taught me certain things in life and stuff like that, and I just kind of gravitate towards that, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So positivity is contagious. So when you hang around people that's like positive and confident within them, it's gonna like you're gonna gravitate towards that, you know.
Yeah, because you are very positive. Like I saw some like the mean comments and stuff, and you always handle it very well. You're
Thank you.
you're more positive than I am. I'll tell you that. You
Thank
are
you.
super positive. So
Thank you.
I do want to ask you, like, how is the dating world for you? Like, are you dating? Are you single? Like, how is it like dating?
I'm single.
Ken Dog is single.
Yes, yes. But I mean, uh, dating is it's a challenge. It really is. I think it's because of like how can I say? I think it's because of how people see me as, you know, or how they make an assumption about what I can't provide or what I can't do because of my condition, you know?
Right.
Right. And that's like very difficult for me to, you know, deal with. But then again, this this whole society has expectations for everybody. you know?
They do, regardless of the situation.
Right, right. And like nobody wants to be a misfit in this society, but in society, it's like you are a misfit, you know?
Right.
Right.
Hmm.
But I mean, it's like, you know how people say, like the dumbest thing I heard people say is looks can tell a lot about a person.
It cannot.
Yeah, it cannot. Like,
Absolutely not.
yeah, because you got to think about it. Okay, if that's the case, then every person that looks good or that's, you know, not attractive, they will probably have the same problem as like those type of people, you know?
Right.
So like if a person is stuck up because of the way they look,
Hmm.
it's all about the mentality on in how they was treated in the past,
Right.
you know? So
Hmm.
but hey, we all walk around with masquerades on our faces, you know? Like
That
I
is
wear
very
one,
true.
like I wear one, you wear one, everybody wears one. But at the end of the day, that's not who we are,
You
you
better
know?
preach.
For real. Because whatever we dealt with in the past and what we're dealing with now is what carves our personality.
Right.
Yeah.
And and you can pretty much do anything any other person can do, right?
Right,
Like,
right, right,
yeah, because I see
right,
you like be cooking and making sandwiches and you just made eggs and things like that. So you can
right,
pretty much do anything.
right, right, right. When there's a will, there's a way, you
But
know?
okay.
Right.
So that has nothing to do with your dating. So are you doing like online dating? Like what different ways have you tried to like, find that person, that special person for you?
Well, I've tried online dating. Um, I think it's kind of difficult. Well, yeah, it's more difficult. I think because it's like, okay, they see you on this app, and like, I guess on the app,
Mm-hmm.
it's like they just see a picture.
And they just judge.
Right, right. But I think in person, it would be probably like the same way, but a little bit different
Right.
because you are presenting yourself, you know?
Mm.
Yeah.
And
But
they can't be your Facebook or Instagram friends either because you're so positive and you just, if I'm having a bad day, sometimes I go on your page just to, remind myself like, hey, like
right,
you're so positive and you just always have positive energy.
right, right. Thank you a lot.
So
So,
so next time just say, just go follow me on Instagram.
right, right,
Follow me on Instagram, then come back.
right, right. So, but yeah, and like I'm also like I'm mostly attracted to guys though. You
I
know,
I saw that video. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna let you say it, but yeah, I saw your video.
yeah, like I'm attracted to mostly guys,
Hmm.
and I did not know, like when I came out, right?
Uh,
I did not know that I had to deal with certain backlash from some
really?
people. Yeah, because I guess maybe you know this, but I mean it's obvious because in the LGBT community,
Mm-hmm.
it can be very catty at times.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that, like certain like guys, especially our people, and what I mean by that,
Mm-hmm.
like black people,
Mm-hmm.
they're it's not just like gays, but with the majority of black people, we're so hard on each other, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and we're also kind of I don't know how to say it, like we're hard to deal with, put it like that, you know.
Right.
But
Right.
in the gay community, it's like 10 times worse.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it really is because, like I said, especially like the black guys, because okay, like I'm mostly attracted to black guys.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
When did you realize that you were attracted to men? Was that always a thing or?
that's a good question. I'll say it's more like I think I knew when I was like between like 13 and 18 years old. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, but then again, like I would just never tell nobody, you know.
So did you like pretend like you liked the girls, or how did
I
you?
mean, well, yeah, kind of, sorta, but like I asked myself, if you really like this girl, like go on a date with her, see if y'all click, right?
Mm-hmm.
But many times, like a girl would like make me feel like I should like I'm not worthy because of I can't provide what another guy can provide.
Oh
You
nah,
know?
she wanted.
Right, right, right. But then again, like it also has something to do with like not learning self acceptance. You know?
Right.
Yeah. So um, since I'm at that age right now where I don't really care what other people think like that,
Right.
I just learned to like accept myself for who I am. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, with like black people, it's like they not all, but the majority of black people, it's like uh they kind of make it seem like there's something wrong with you if you are attracted to guys or whatever, you know?
And there's nothing wrong with you if you're attracted to guys. That's crazy.
Right, 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 right. But like I said before, most black people, like, we're so hard to deal with and, you know, always this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like, I get it though, you know? But at the same time, it's like, hey, you got to do what you got to do at the end of the day, you know?
Right.
Yeah, stop being so judged. Like, don't let people define who you are, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
So with the black community giving you such, well, the black LGBT community giving
right,
you such a hard time,
right.
does that make you like attracted to white men, or are you still into your black brothers?
No, I'm still with the Black Brothers. No, like I'm still with.
You,
Okay, okay. Can you see me?
yeah, you froze a little bit. It's okay.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Okay. Uh, okay. I was saying that. Yeah, like I'm still attracted to the black guys, but I met a few like black guys down the road that are very nice and cool and down to
Mm-hmm.
earth.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, not all black guys are like that, but the majority are like that. You know?
Right.
Yeah. Especially the young and good looking ones. They're more like arrogant. You know?
So the ugly ones, they're a little nicer.
Well, the older ones are more mature.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So that's funny because my homeboy, I can't believe I was having this conversation with him. He asked me last week. He said, "Okay, Ken." I'm like, "Yes." He said, "Okay, what type of guys do you like? Not to be funny or anything. What type of guys do you like?" And I said, "Well, it really depends." And he said, "Okay, like what you mean it depends?" I said, "Well, it depends like what he can show me or what he can like do and stuff like that. So he gonna say, okay, what about somebody like Michael B. Jordan?
Oh, that's a
And I
man right
said,
there, then.
yeah, I said, he's okay. And he was shocked. Like he was very shocked. I was like, well, like, what's wrong? He said, you gonna turn down Michael B. Jordan? I'm like, well, it's not that. Like, he's not ugly, but hey, I don't know him, you know? And
Yeah.
so, and so he said, okay, what about like August Alsina? And I said, oh, he too pretty. He was like, what you mean by pretty? Like, he's too pretty. Like, he looked like a very young boy toy, you know? Even though, like, that's not my main focus, you know? But, like, I don't know him like that. And so he said,
Right.
okay, name one celebrity that you might go after or whatever. it took me a while to answer, and I said, okay, I'll probably say like Johnny Depp or like The Rock.
Okay.
And he said, okay, like why like The Rock? I said because he is older and funny, and he's very, very mature for his age, you know? And that
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that turns me on about a guy, you know?
So basically, even with your scars and my scars, and everyone has a scars. Yours just more visible than others. Um, if you just want people to get to know you, basically,
Hmm.
just take out time to get to know Ken for Ken
Right,
and have an amazing guy on your hand.
right. Yes,
Right.
yes. But also, like, he asked me, like, why Johnny Depp as well? I said, well, Johnny Depp, he kind of has like that, a very like sexy spirit to me. Like he really does. Like I don't know what it is, but I remember like being little, my mom and a lot of black girls, they will always say, like I'll ask them like, who's your favorite like Hollywood crush? And all of them would say like Johnny Depp. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, what is it about Johnny Depp? And so I think it was 2 months ago, I was watching a movie with my aunt and it had Johnny Depp in it. And she
Mm-hmm.
she told me, she said, hey, like, I don't know if you watch Johnny Depp movies or The Rock, but when it comes to those two guys, they don't like to get down with women like that in like most of their movies. I'm like, what you mean by that? She said, well, when they do movies with like a girl playing a wife or girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
they don't kiss like women all in the mouth like Denzel does. And I said, you know what? That does have some truth to it. Because most of Denzel movies, he loves to like slather women all in the mouth. That's true. That's very true. That is very true. But yeah, like I can't even remember The Rock like being, so lovey dovey with the woman, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, you are absolutely funny.
Thank you.
But yes, so I definitely wanted you to just, inspire like you always do, and just, bring some laughter into everyone with the pandemic. We all need, a good laugh and, some positivity in our lives. And
Right.
I just think you are an adult, amazing person. And I
Oh,
would love for you to, oh, go ahead.
oh, that's another thing that kind of attracts me to a person too.
What
Like
is it?
having like a sense of humor.
Yes, you got to
Because
have a personality.
yeah, because it's like somebody said like if you can make me laugh during my hard times and ups and downs,
Mm-hmm.
that's like the most attractive trait a person can have. You know?
Yes, and you
Like it
have
really
that
is.
trait.
Thank you.
You
Thank
definitely
you.
have that trait, Ken.
Thank
They
you.
miss they missing out.
Right.
So before we close tonight, would you please just do a dance move for us, the original Dougie or something? Give us some type of dance move.
Let me
You
see.
love to dance.
Let me
You
see.
remember how to do? Hey,
Hey. Hey.
get it, Ken. Oh, you're gonna have to teach me one day how to dance because I
Right.
got no rhythm.
Right. Okay.
Do anyone have any questions for Ken before we close it out tonight? Ken, is there anything that you would like to leave these amazing people with before we close out tonight?
Um, let me see. Um, I'll say, oh, like I'll say this. I'll say, whatever you go through in life, don't always feel sorry for yourself. Don't. Like, just don't. Because if you do that often, then you're going to experience self pity all the time, you know? And when something bad happens, like, yeah, there's like bad things that happen to people, but when something bad happens to you, you got to look for the silver lining in certain things. You know what I mean? So, um, I always try to look for the silver lining when somebody says this about me, somebody is doing this to me or whatever, because it kind of makes you a stronger person down the road, you know?
Right.
Yeah. And every negative comment or feedback that somebody has to say about you, it doesn't really need an answer to, you know?
Right.
Like a no response is a response,
Mm.
you know?
Better say it.
Yeah, seriously. So and also sometimes in life you got to show people, regardless of what they say to you or do something to you, just act like it doesn't bother you, you know? So, but yes, self-pity is the worst.
Wow.
For real.
Wow. That was a word.
Yes.
That was definitely a word right
Yes.
there. Well, thank you so much, Ken Dog, for just responding to me and making this possible tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
we are gonna call it a night, guys. Again, my name is Aisha. I am the CEO of BAE Financial Solutions. And remember, you either save for something or you're saving for nothing at all. Good night.
Good night.
Jakira, Jakira, Jakira. I almost laughed so many times. Why? This man is crazy. Kara, like, I gotta go. Yes, I gotta go back and watch it because I can't have him like this. What? I was doing this the whole time. I was doing this the whole time. I kept gonna laugh so bad. Dang.